Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of Truth in Training with Melanie Jones. And today's episode is about perspectives and media. And so the question at hand is how do different identities affect the way that we receive news? And so to answer that question, I have decided to break this up into 3 parts. And the 3 parts that they're broken up into are age, race, and political identity. And so those 3 identities are what I feel like are the most important factors in the way that you receive news. And so now we're going to explain how those 3 factors affect the way that you see media. So firstly, let's talk about age and how generational identity can affect the way that you receive news. Now, as technology advances and we have the internet and social media, the way that we receive news is faster than generations way before us. And so because of that, younger generations have become more informed by being able to research different topics and not just be given one news source and one news source like one television or one news source like one radio show that you listen to that your parents and grandparents listened to way back in the day. And because of that, you are able to understand better the way in which you receive news. Secondly, your racial identity. Now, your racial identity is important to how you receive news because, unfortunately, our news is very monochromatic. When you look at which types of people report on newscastings, it's usually middle-aged white people who grew up in suburban neighborhoods. And because of that, marginalized groups understand news differently because they have more skepticism towards how they're receiving news, but white people will receive this news more openly, more freely because they trust a face that looks exactly like theirs. And lastly, political identity. If you already subscribe to a certain political identity, it can be harder for you to accept views of different points and accept news that come from views from different points. Meaning that you accept the truth that is the one being fed to you by the political party and by the views that you already have. These are just the 3 ways that I believe that your identity can affect the way that you receive news, and examples in the ways that they can also change the way you see news. Thank you so much for tuning in with Truth in Training with Melanie Jones. I am Melanie Jones. And come back for the next vlog and also check out my blog post about street calculus.